Hello, Public Works and Transportation Committee members and City Council. Michael Wolf, Director of Public Works. This item before you are updates to the 5-year capital improvement program for fiscal years 2022 to 2027. Recommendation that the Public Works and Transportation Committee recommend that the City Council approve and adopt updates to the 5-year CIP program and authorize project budget appropriations of $2 million in fiscal year 2022-2023 from the Capital Growth Fees Fund for the Fire Station 4 rebuild project. And City Council approve and adopt updates to the 5-year CIP and authorize project budget appropriations of $2 million in fiscal year 2022-2023 from the Capital Growth Fees Fund for the Fire Station 4 rebuild project. Background. Back in May of last year, City Council approved the 5-year CIP, and it was actually a 2-year CIP for fiscal years 22-23 and 23-24. There's 140 projects roughly in the CIP, and over that 5-year period, there's approximately $700 million worth of projects. The CIP also includes projects that are funded by American Rescue Plan Act. Discussion. So since we are in a 2-year CIP, we're recommending mid-cycle adjustments. First adjustment that we're recommending is for the Fire Station number 4 project. This has been a project prioritized by the fire department, so the project is moving faster than anticipated. So staff is recommending moving $2 million forward from fiscal year 23-24 into the current fiscal year 22-23. Also, as a cleanup, staff is recommending the combining of Oxnard wastewater treatment plant projects. There are 6 projects in the CIP. This is a project that's already awarded and under construction. We're recommending that we fold those 6 projects into the single project that was awarded. Again, a cleanup item. And we're also recommending adding 4 projects, which we'll talk about next. So subject to the discussion we had with the council earlier this year in February about the slowdown, these projects are part of that conversation with the understanding that these are 4 additional projects being recommended. The first one, the first 2 actually are utility projects that are not subject to the same staffing issues associated with other projects. The first one is an Oxnard wastewater treatment plant project, and it's for secondary clarifier, the rehabilitation. And we're recommending starting next fiscal year 23-24, that we include $100,000 to start doing the design phase for those clarifiers. The second project is a well 20 rehab project. Again, looking forward to next fiscal year 23-24, recommending $150,000 to do some exploratory assessment of the pump and casing for well 20. Project number 3 is a project being requested by IT. They're asking for a project to update and add security cameras across city facilities and locations. This would be an ARPA funded project, and they're recommending $750,000 in fiscal year 23-24 for a project total of $2 million. And the fourth project, which is the Dirty Park Concessions Building project, it's the repairs associated with the fire that we had there at the park. Other staff reports will be appropriating these funds. The staff report is recommending that we include a CIP project for this. So the additional information that was included in the staff report, we wanted to include some of the projects that have been completed since council has approved the CIP last May. So you'll see quite a few street resurfacing projects that were completed, some utility projects, both water and wastewater, parks projects, and some traffic signal projects. I also wanted to include in the staff report is the discussion that occurred on February 7th, and that was discussion about slowdown and in association with CIP projects. And we're memorializing the conversation that occurred on the 7th, specifically to those 2 points on the screen, which is 5 projects getting some additional ARPA funding, and then moving some projects from funded to unfunded. Fiscal impact. The only fiscal impact for this staff report for this current fiscal year 22-23, is a recommendation to move forward $2 million of capital growth fees from fiscal year 23-24, moving that forward into this fiscal year 22-23, which will allow us to award the design project. Any other appropriations or changes associated with CIP will be part of the overall citywide budget for fiscal year 23-24. And that concludes my report.